Visolis is an innovation-driven biotech company based in the Bay Area with a presence in Netherlands and India. It was started in 2012 when there were a handful of companies working on SAF. Since then, SAF has grown dramatically with a projected total market value of approximately $2 billion in 2025 and an expectation to reach $550 billion in 2050. So global government mandates will play a key driving role to reach this 2050 market size projection, similar to how in the 1990s, incentives drove technological innovation for drastically reducing costs, making solar and wind energy commercially viable. Legislative action for SAF is increasing globally with EU and US leading strong initiatives to create policy technology maps and foster investments. The SAF industry is poised for rapid cost reduction through policy support, production scale-up, and technological advancements, with the global aviation industry consuming over 100 billion gallons of fuel annually. The SAF market presents a massive opportunity. So where does India come into play in this global picture? Over the past 2 days, we've heard a lot of speakers highlight that India sits in a unique and promising position, a true sweet spot, with our strong agricultural base and a well-established ethanol ecosystem. India already has two of its most critical building blocks for SAF. When you combine these strengths with well-designed mandates, India has the potential to become a net exporter of SAF by 2035. These mandates alone are expected to create a domestic supply of $9 billion by 2040, while global demand could reach an astonishing $370 billion. With the capacity to produce 10 to 30 million tons of SAF from domestic resources, India truly has what it takes, the feedstock, the talent, and with Visolis, the technology to position itself as a global leader in SAF. So Visolis's MEV platform, which is short for mevalonolactone, enables dozens of high-performance applications. MEV is made via fermentation using an ethanol yeast, which is programmed to hyperproduce MEV. This is followed by a thermochemical catalytic upgrading of MEV to produce advanced biofuels and chemicals. This pathway is feedstock agnostic and is capable of utilizing feedstocks such as molasses, damaged food grains, as well as 2G feedstocks such as municipal solid waste, agricultural residue, and 3G feedstocks like waste gases. This technology has been specifically demonstrated for the raw materials shown on the screen at a pilot scale. Visolis's patented technology and production pathway for MEV is the precursor to making high-purity, energy-dense fuels and chemicals, offers CapEx savings as well, since the existing standard equipment from the ethanol industry can be used for brewing. Additionally, MEV is a flexible intermediate, as one can switch from different products just by adjusting the process conditions, giving us both versatility and scalability. So MEV is a liquid with 40% higher density than crude oil, and just like crude oil, it can be shipped globally and can be used to make high-volume products. But unlike crude oil, MEV is non-toxic, bio-based, and biodegradable. Out of the dozen end products today, I will focus on SAF, which has the largest immediate opportunity. So SAF, sustainable aviation fuel, SAF is aviation fuel, not SAF. It, also called Jet A, is composed of three main types of molecules: linear, cyclic, and aromatics. All of the SAF produced today and sold in the market consists of only linear molecules. In order to meet ASTM specifications and be compatible with existing infrastructure and airplanes, such SAF has to be blended with Petrojet A and is limited to a 50% maximum blending according to the ASTM requirements. Visolis's technology exclusively makes the other molecules, the aromatics and the cyclics, which together we call as AeroSAF. This AeroSAF has many key advantages in terms of improved properties, as well as it's expected to be more cleaner burning due to the absence of polycycloaromatics. This arrow SAF can be blended with other linear SAF to create 100% drop-in replacement for Jet A. So talking about the properties, arrow SAF is better on multiple fronts. It has 12% more dense. It is 12% more dense than HEFA SAF and Jet A2. It has better cold flow properties due to a lower freeze point. At the same time, it also has a higher flash point, making it safer to handle. Such premium properties can be harnessed via synergistic blending with other SAF and as well as Jet A. So arrow SAF basically forms a very critical component of 100% SAF. While the majority is working to make linear molecules for SAF, Vesolis is exclusively producing arrow SAF. With this premium offering, we're already working with marquee customers like the US Department of Defense. And as we scale production, the world moves towards 100% SAF beyond 2050, we need at least 50 million tons of arrow SAF, which will be needed to blend alongside 100 million tons of linear SAF. In total, arrow SAF represents a third of the jet fuel demand globally, which is about 150 million tons. So an assessment of the 100% SAF, which is comprised of 80% HEFA and 20% of the arrow SAF, is shown here. And this 100% SAF is fully compliant with a subset of ASTM properties. The distillation curve on the right, you can see that the 100% SAF mimics the Jet A fuels, which were selected here. Please keep in mind that Jet A also has a very wide range and band of distillation characteristics. We expect this 100% SAF to be fully compliant with the the other properties. Lastly, I would like to touch upon the overall impact potential of Vesolis' platform from the perspective of greenhouse gas emissions. With 1G feedstock like grains, our product produces over 70% reduction in greenhouse emissions relative to Petrojet A. With 2G inputs like agri-residues, there's an opportunity to go carbon negative on a life cycle basis due to two main factors. The first, the feedstock-related emissions are minimal, and the feedstock represents renewable carbon that is fixed in the plant matter. The second is that the rubber copolymer that's produced alongside the fuel inside our facility continues to hold on to the renewable carbon. That is, it sequesters the carbon even at end of life, since it's not burnt, and this offsets all processing-related emissions at an 85-15 fuel polymer mix, and at a 50-50 fuel polymer mix, the entire operation is net carbon negative. So in summary, Vesolis arrow SAF is a high-performance fuel essential to a lower emissions future. Thank you for your attention.